Gallifrey gals. Gallifrey gals. Gallifrey gals. Welcome to our sci-fi world.
Recording is indeed in
Recording is
progress.
indeed. Sorry, I need to save this tweet. How do I save this tweet? Hi.
Hi everyone. I'm still snacking, that's right. Are you
Oh.
surprised? No.
No. I got my snackos.
Yeah. What are those, by the way?
They are salt and vinegar poppables. And
What's a
that's what they're
poppable?
called. It's like a
By
it's
Lay's.
It's like aerated, you
Is
know,
it still
so there's
a
like
potato-based snack, or is it something else? Interesting.
hey YouTube.
Hey, what's going on?
Welcome
the
to
Gallifrey
Gals.
We're getting warped.
I'm Kat.
Paula.
I beat you. Beat you to that one. We are on episode 11 of season 7 of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
It's called Parallels.
Parallels.
I said it funny, but parallels.
I've said that word several times in the last couple hours now because of like what we've been talking about with Star
That's
Trek. I'm like, there's a
true.
lot of parallels.
Yeah.
So how interesting. Some synchronicity there.
Yeah.
Parallels.
I will be very curious to see what you think of this episode, which
Yeah.
makes sense because that's why we do reactions.
That's why we're here.
And I'll be very curious to know what you watching this at home think.
What do you think?
Do you agree with me on my feeling about it or not?
I guess we're gonna see.
But yeah,
And honestly, we should just do it.
yeah, we should.
Okay.
Okay.
Today is my birthday.
He doesn't want birthday surprises. And he's about to get one.
Settle in. I'll meet you on the bridge.
Aye, sir.
Bullshit. Happy birthday!
Captain Picard sends his birthday wishes.
Aw.
He was needed on the bridge.
Happy birthday, Worf.
Thank you.
Warp,
you.
curmudgeon.
Hey, Captain.
Yes, I've entered my expressionist phase.
I always thought this room could use a little more color.
Thank you, Doctor.
Oh, it's vanilla cake
I was
under
gonna say,
all
no, that
that?
first piece,
The cake was
yeah.
Don't I wish?
So, how old are you, Mr. Worf? Captain, I wouldn't miss this for the world. I have been meaning to speak with you about Alexander. I want you to be Alexander's soap team. In case anything ever happened to me, you would be responsible for him.
Godparent.
That would make me your...
The closest analogy is stepsister.
That would make my mother your stepmother.
Consider that. It is a risk I am willing to take.
I accept.
Oh, I love it.
Lieutenant, are you all right? Maybe you ought to go to sickbay.
Where's Captain Picard?
Sounds like you're having some of the side effects from the concussion.
Perhaps you are thinking of another
What
patient.
concussion?
I have no concussion.
Temporary memory loss is common for this kind of injury. Do you remember telling me about the Batleth tournament?
No, I won
I
it.
won that tournament. And I can prove it to you. One of the contenders used an illegal fissure maneuver on me. The judges chose to ignore it, and I was robbed of my rightful standing.
God damn it, show. Stop
I'm sure
gaslighting
this
us.
is very disturbing for you.
What a horrible thing to be like, no, but I remember something completely different.
It's
And
not
now
good.
here's video proof that it was something else. Like, that would be so
When I literally
horrible.
remember recording.
Yeah.
You are in Federation territory. Please explain your presence.
We were wondering the same thing about you, Captain. Just try to make certain that your studies are limited to astronomical phenomena.
Okay, great, thanks. Bye.
It is the same class and energy configuration as the ship we saw in the imaging logs.
The imaging logs.
I know of no such logs.
Mr. Wolf, are you feeling all right? Yes.
Again, what a horrible feeling.
Crusher says I'm
3.
experiencing further memory loss, but my instincts tell me it is more than that.
Are you saying that everyone's memory on this ship has been altered but yours?
Worf, I wanted you to know that we re-examined the imaging logs. They don't show a Cardassian ship.
That is not right.
What the fuck?
I was certain that...
What's wrong?
And a switchback.
Many has changed. Don't you see it?
Oh,
Your hair.
Worf, maybe you should come with me to sickbay.
Now, Mr. Wolf.
No.
Number one.
see how the bridge looks different?
The thing is.
Firing photon torpedoes. Full spread.
Bridge to engineering.
Commander LaForge has been taken to sickbay with plasma burns. There's serious damage to the secondary plasma conduit.
I do not feel well.
Yeah. What else do you say?
Request permission to be temporarily relieved of duty, sir. Grounded. Display any log entries concerning the Batleth tournament on Forcus 3. I will not be able to compete in the Batleth tournament on Forcus 3.
It's so fucked seeing yourself record
Yeah.
like you were seeing yourself.
Like,
I heard what happened on the bridge. Are you all right?
I would rather not, Counselor.
Because every time I tried to,
Very well, Lieutenant.
they
Actually, there is.
are together in this parallel.
Come and sit down.
sorry, what is happening?
Listen, I kind of like it.
You are so tense. If you can't talk to me, who can you talk to?
I do not believe this is appropriate behavior.
Even for your wife?
Wife!
What's changed?
I do not remember us.
You don't remember us falling in love and getting married?
I do remember the last 3 years, but they were different.
Whatever's wrong, whatever happened, I want you to know that I believe you.
And at my birthday party, the cake was chocolate, and then it was yellow. Geordi was present at all 3 locations, and he was near me in each case just before I noticed the differences.
Doctor.
Nah!
Well enough to answer a few questions.
Geordi's dead.
And who the fuck are you?
I see nothing that connects these bio readings to your recent sense
What
of
the
discontinuity. The visor is active.
Oh, what the fuck?
Are you all right?
His uniform.
And now Dr. Crusher's Dr. Crusher again, Nurse Ogawa's Nurse Ogawa again.
What is my rank and position?
You're a commander and first officer.
I love their communicators in this with the
Are we
bars.
still married?
Yeah.
Are we still married?
Oh.
I have found that the quantum flux in Worf's cellular
Oh
RNA
shit, where's
extends to
Picard?
subatomic level.
Are you saying that Worf's quantum signature is different from ours?
Yes, sir.
Let's backtrack that course, see if there are any unusual readings or anomalies.
Aye, sir.
How long have you been captain of the Enterprise?
4 years. Ever since Captain Picard was killed in the incident with the Borg.
Yep.
I do remember. I just remember it differently.
Captain, I'm picking up a minor subspace disturbance.
I thought you might like that.
Full stop.
I'm gonna
There
cry.
appears to be a quantum fissure in the space-time continuum.
So I was here.
I believe its warp engines caused a small break in the barriers between quantum realities. Worf was thrown into a state of quantum flux.
Well, how can we find my original quantum state and return me to it?
We could scan the quantum fissure using a subspace differential pulse.
But you'll have your real Worf back.
From what I understand, there's a good chance my Worf won't return.
Forgot about that.
I
I'm
guess it's
sorry.
just hard for me to accept it. What about our children?
When the last shift occurred in sickbay, we did not have any children.
We have a little girl, Shannara. She's 2 years old, and a 3-year-old boy, Christopher. Ever since the Bajorans overpowered the Cardassian Empire, they've become more and more aggressive.
Oh my
They
gosh.
destroyed one of our subspace telescopes.
Fuck.
They thought we were using it to spy against them.
Uh-oh!
What the hell is happening?
Fuck.
The barriers between quantum realities are breaking down.
How do we get the enterprises that are already here back to where they belong?
In theory, The act of sealing the fissure should restore the barriers between quantum states.
Captain, it would appear that we have found the quantum signature you were looking for.
Thank you.
What about that, Worf?
It's good to see you again, Captain. It's been a long time.
You may end up several days before the event, or several days after. There is no way to tell.
I understand.
On screen.
They all have goatees.
We won't go back.
Everything will return to...
No, we won't go back!
Sorry, everyone. It's a lot of crying.
What happened?
Their warp containment field must have been weak.
Probably from fighting with the Borg.
All the different versions of him.
Please tell me that she gets her Worf back.
How was the Batleth tournament?
I don't know.
It was fine, sir.
Surprised, I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course you do.
Of course you don't.
Maybe this is reality without the surprise.
Welcome home, Worf. I hope you don't mind. I let myself in. Will wanted to give you a surprise party, but I knew you'd hate it, so I talked him out of it. You probably want to meditate or hit yourself with a pain stick or something.
Deanna, I have not had dinner. Would you care to join me? Champagne.
Apparently that last line was like improvised. They were like, we don't really have a good closing thing, and they like came up with it, I guess, when they were shooting, is my understanding.
I fucking loved that episode.
I
fucking
love that
loved
episode.
that
I'm so glad you did too. I love it. It's one that I'm like, I've been waiting to get to that one. And I will talk about all of my feelings about it after you've said your piece about whatever you think. Excuse me for the noise now. Skip clip.
Let us know in the comments. Was that as horrible for you as it was for me?
I warned you.
That was so good. One, obviously, if just from a standpoint of, I love when they fuck with reality and time and stuff like that. I love that shit. Love that shit. Fuck yes. Super great. Because again, it's a sci-fi show. You could just like throw around some garble and it's fine. Yeah. Quantum, the alignment is off and there's
it's literally like what Leslie says,
ripping through the...
that they're all like, I don't know, I guess we'll just do some techno-babble in this to fix it.
And
there's
works.
Literally a quote about it in the...
Really?
Where is it? Yeah.
It's I don't know. I and sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes the really intense garble fucking tech stuff, you're like, wait, what are you doing? Wait, what's your excuse? But I think when it comes to this sort of shit, it just works. Time travel makes no sense. Parallel universes, it's the multiverse, like it's in the beginning of it, it's just so interesting because of how like the gaslighting that happens, and it's not even necessarily that the crew is intentionally gaslighting Worf. Right. Like Worf is almost gaslighting Worf, unintentionally,
because they aren't lying to him. Their reality is their reality, and he's the one who they're like, "What are you talking about?" Like, what a horrible thing to be feeling in that moment. To be like, "Am I losing my mind? Am I going crazy? What's happening?"
Have I just like completely erased years of my life and just don't know it? I feel like we've kind of talked about it off camera, but I do kind of have the undertone of shipping Troy and Worf.
I ship them so hard.
It's always been a really nice like relationship, and he's always seemed to soften with and because of Troy.
Yeah. And they've had little things up to this point.
Absolutely.
That actually the producers were intentionally, subtly trying to develop the possibility of something happening between them.
And they do a very good job at it, because I definitely, like, as much as I love the aspect of Troy and Riker, they obviously, what they have been through and the relationship that they have and the it's complicated. But there's something so, I don't know, I love that relationship. And then it really solidified in the episode where he thought he was going to die. Like, that was like a true moment where I was like, he has love for her in a way that he does not for other people. And maybe how he felt about, and of course I'm going to forget her name, the mother of Alexander. I know, it's so hard to remember all of them.
All I have in my head right now is Kalis, but that's not it. That's
not right. That's the fucking
like,
god
guy. Hold on. I'm gonna have it right here. It's y'all forgive me for not saying it properly. Kalar.
No, I think it's Kalar.
Why is it like this? Why can I not? I'm sorry, everyone. I'm the worst at remembering how to say it.
And even with their relationship, it was still very complicated. There was a lot of frustration there. There was a lot of anger, especially how she died. And there's a lot of unresolved stuff that was there and whatnot. And that relationship was very complicated. And I feel like with Troy and him, it's been very natural. It's been very simple and very the growth between them is like, I don't know. I love it. In the beginning of this episode, when he asks her, like, will you make this official? Will you take care of him if something ever happens to me? And for him to then see a different reality where it did happen, which, what a funny scene. And then a very sad scene because of like her living there and him being like, what the fuck? Why are you taking my hair out of my ponytail?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? I love the moment where she goes
appropriate behavior
for the neck kiss, and his instant, his eyes go wide and he's just like, oh my God. And then it's sad because, Troy's just like, you don't remember falling in love with me? You don't remember sharing these moments? And dear gods, do I hope that Troy got her Worf back.
Yeah, that all the alt Worfs got back to where they belong.
I'm just going to assume that because of like all the Worfs we saw in that moment that they
did,
went back. The ones that were on the trip went back, and the ones that weren't were just placed back on their ship. Because that just breaks my fucking heart. It breaks my fucking heart. When he says goodbye to her, he didn't just, like, I feel like that moment, like, he didn't just kiss her for her benefit. Like, he was really present in that moment.
Yeah.
I feel, personally.
Yeah.
Because some could say like, oh, maybe he kissed her because it just would make her feel better. And I just don't get that. I don't
think that's what Worf would do.
No, I don't think so either. I think that there's genuine like love and care there.
Allowed him to recognize in himself feelings he was having. Maybe.
So anyways, I fucking loved that episode.
Good,
and
so glad,
I got Wesley.
I know, I was excited.
The moment he was on screen, instant tear in my eye. I was just like,
because were literally just talking about how you missed him too.
Lieutenant Crusher.
Originally, they wanted that to be Tasha Yar back in the episode, and then they were worried it was going to feel too much like yesterday's Enterprise.
Yeah.
To like bring her in. So then they were like, oh, wait, what if we do Wesley instead? And so.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I mean, listen, I love Tasha Yar. I would love to see, Denise Crosby again. But
it was nice to have Wesley.
It was nice to have Wesley. I think that was a good, that means that like in that timeline, he, didn't fuck up at the academy, and he, went and came back to work on the Enterprise. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
If only, it's so funny because like it's now just like watching that and like oh, Will Wheaton.
Yeah.
Now we just watch him roll nat ones on a constant.
Right.
Oh, man.
When I first watched this episode, I had not even considered Troy and Worf as a thing. And then this episode, I was surprised because this episode happened, and then I immediately was so on
Gung-ho.
board immediately, and I was like, oh, you would never expect it, but at the same time, to me, it makes so much sense. And from that moment on, I was like, that's my OTP, right? Like, that's my one true pairing or whatever. Like, I love her and Riker and whatever their future is, but like, I also love. There's just something about it. I love her and Worf, and I think it speaks to the writing.
The subtle. I was about to say
up to it.
The subtle undertow of that leading up to it. You not even realizing that they were kind of instilling that a little bit, so that
and then
when it happened,
like, oh, this does work.
You were like, oh fuck yeah.
So I'm into it. I ship them hardcore. It's
Hardcore.
Funny, guess who does not ship them? Jonathan Frakes. Who is quoted as saying, the Worf Troy idea is just absurd. It makes for great material at conventions, but for real character development, I think it's ridiculous. Is the quote.
Someone sounds like he may be a little jealous. Just saying.
So I thought that was interesting. And I'm sure there's a fair contingency of people who watch the show who don't like it.
I'm sure there are plenty.
So I'm curious what y'all watching think.
Yeah, what do y'all think? I'm very curious to know like what the ratio of that is, at least of, the people who hang out and watch this with us. Cause fuck, I'm okay with it, and I loved that episode. I really, really, really loved that episode. This is honestly a very good batch of.
Yeah.
Obviously there's the one.
It's a little so-so. The
ending is where.
Ago.
Yeah, the ending is where it was at. Definitely very like middle season sort of ish situation, but followed up by 2 very strong episodes. In my opinion. This was so good.
I'm so glad you liked it. I love this one, and I've just been excited for when I realized, like, oh wait, this is the one we're watching today. I just love it. I really do.
Was so good. I loved it. I hope y'all loved it too. If not, like, let us know. Leave a comment. Like or dislike the video. Either help the algorithm. It doesn't matter. I mean, unless you want to cater to our very sensitive emotions, then please give us a thumbs up.
We like that.
Subscribe to the channel, hang around, give us your further opinions. Do you have any other like facts about this episode? What's going on? I only saw 4 episodes. I only saw 4 outfits on Troy. I don't.
Yes, I think it ended up being just 4, but the thing was like she wears most of her wardrobe other than these 3 outfits. So I mean, it's uniforms. How different do they really get? But we'll take that with a grain of salt. I did expect that to mean she was wearing more outfits. But
I did as well. It's
whatever.
Yeah. And if you feel like watching the full length reaction, y'all know where to go. Patreon.com/GallifreyGals.
That's right. You can have access to our Discord community. Again, the full-length reactions, and you're supporting the show continuing to exist, which is really great, and we really appreciate all of our patrons very much. They do legitimately make this whole channel possible. So thank you to them.
Yep. We love y'all. And I don't know, I guess I need to go take a little breather after that one. That was...
So we're going to do that for a minute. And in the meantime, you can catch your Gallifrey Gals next time.
As we boldly watch what I have never watched before, but I'm coming up on the end of.
Crazy.
Fucking A, dude. All right. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a little thumbs up. And if you want to be notified when we post new content, go ahead and subscribe to our channel and hit that little bell in the corner.